What up, everybody? It's your man, King Real. Welcome to another episode of King's Court. Joined, as always, by my guy, Jay Money. What's up, Jay?
What's up, y'all? Y'all know what's up, man. It's Jay Money. We back another day, King's Court. Small little card today, but we still gonna try to find some winners for y'all. Hope everybody had at least a decent day yesterday. Let's get to it.
For sure. Yeah, well, we'll have some time to talk about the day and everything and how yesterday turned out after we break down this first game. Jay, let me get my chat box up real quick too. Hold on, wife handed me a napkin in case my camera was cloudy. I could wipe it off. And I know my laptop crooked, so I can see half my corner. But anyway, let's get to it, man. This Boston game, man. Boston versus Miami, man. Boston did what we thought they was going to do yesterday, man. That was the one game yesterday, Jay. Well, I didn't have to look at nothing. It just played out perfectly. The first half, I hopped on the second half, the overcash. They didn't play most of their starters yesterday as well either. ESPN going off right now. Let me see. Celtics' next game is on Saturday against Orlando. Miami is 1-4 ATS last 5 games. 2-8 straight up last 10 games versus Boston. Bro, Jay, when Miami lost to the Timberwolves, bro, was the 29th, 30th, somewhere around there, I knew this team was going to look kind of in trouble. And since then, bro, they turned around and lost to the Hawks, and they turned around and lost to Denver. But Denver, that was an expected loss. You expected them to lose to Denver. But this Heat team right now, I think is going to be in trouble for the rest of this month, man. They about to go on the road, too, after they play Memphis in the next game. They go on the road against the Bucks, Detroit, Chicago. Then they play Boston again. Then they back at home, and they got to face the Clippers, man. I'm on the Celtics tonight, man. I like the fact that they didn't play all their starters all last night. I'm liking the way the team is looking. I tried to give a hit out early on Twitter when I just put the picture up off the Celtics. I mean, let everybody know what I was on. But I'm on the Celtics in this spot. I'm also rocking with the over in this spot, Jay. I'm loving both of them, man. So I played the over in this spot, and I took Boston in this spot.
Yeah, I could definitely see what you're saying there. Me personally, I didn't want to force a play, especially on the side in this game. This was a real, it's not necessarily a tricky game. It's just a toss-up game. And I always said that I would rather avoid a loss than to gain a win some of these times. So in this one, I just pretty much said it out. Late, I did take the under in this game. It's a bit contrarian. The line has moved up. I'm sure a bunch of people on the over. The over look like the play, especially where the Celtics been playing. They put up 135 points last night. I'm just thinking that maybe the Heat. Like I said, I'm always gonna like Heat unders, especially without Dragic. They're just not the same. They don't really have a true point guard other than him. Maybe Tyler Johnson, but I mean he's not even a second string point guard or not. They're not even starting him, so they don't really take him serious at the point guard. The Heat, they scored 82 points, man, against the Hawks. I mean, come on, man. The Hawks got to be one of the worst defensive teams in the league. You score 82 points against them, I'm sorry. That should never happen. And then we know it went under against the Nuggets game, which I'm not sure how, but that one snuck under the total as well. I'm just leaning on more maybe the Heat, maybe slow the pace down, play some defense in this game. The Celtics in a back-to-back, maybe they won't try to push the pace. As far as the side, like I say, I really do feel like this one could go either way. We know the Heat, they lost a few games. A lot of people thought that the Heat were the play when they played the Nuggets, and so the Nuggets, they came out on top in their game. But like I said, a lot of people are on the Heat in there. And so if people thought that they were going to beat the Nuggets, I don't see, but there's a bunch of people that like the Celtics tonight. It's a tough one to call. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Celtics come in here and take care of business because they are rolling right now. And I know once they get rolling, it's hard to stop them. But the Heat are off for 2 bad losses, and they are the home team, and they're rested. So I could definitely see that the Heat win this game too. That's why I had to stay off of it. I could see either side winning.
Yeah, but this Heat team, they rested it at home. And, most of them had babies this year, too. So they're not just rested at home with a bunch of newborns, Jay. You got kids. You know how it is when you got a newborn baby at home, man. You really ain't getting no rest. Especially a girl like take the baby. What she going to do is she want to go do and pamper herself and take care of, just take her long-ass baths. You know what I mean, Jay? When you got the newborn baby. So I just think the Boston Celtics is going to be too much, especially with Hayward right now, man. He's been picking up his little shit ever since the Celtics called that little meeting they had recently, too. They won 7 of the last 9 games. They've been balling, bro. I know Kyrie, I know it's a back-to-back, but when he sat out a couple of games with that eye injury, so he's not really tired. Most of them didn't even play last night more than 25 minutes whatsoever. So this Boston team is not really tired. This is the beginning of a 3-game road trip for this team. If anything, man, the Heat's the team that need to be concerned. They're about to face a couple of defensive teams, and I know Detroit is trash. We'll talk about that game in a little bit, too, but they're going to have a tough time when they hit the road, too, on their road trip when they got to go play a sorry team like Detroit, and even these Bulls are going to get this Heat a run for their money when they got to go to Chicago. So I'm on Boston right here, man. I think it's going to be a tough month early on for the Miami Heat, man. We already seen it with these 2 losses they took. The offense isn't clicking right now. The defense isn't clicking right now, and Boston, I think, is just too much for this team. And my wife just showed me my paper over there. I did take Boston a private bet. -1.5 first half, if anybody want to tell that. But my main bets are the Boston full game and the over in this spot. Anything from the chat? But anything you want to chime in real quick, though, Jay, before we move on and talk to the chat?
Yeah, I just see everyone saying that Sacramento, they talking about this Sacramento game. I see Wisdom Understanding. He say, Jay Money, you made a believer out of me last night, man. Yeah, hey. I appreciate it, Wisdom. I appreciate the love, man. On this game, like I say, that's pretty much all I had. Like I say, Boston, they've been playing towards the over, but I just feel like the Heat will maybe help this game go under. It's not a large play for me or anything. Like I said on Twitter, don't put the house on. I know it's a play that I'm making. I know it was a good day yesterday, but just because I made that play don't mean that I think that it's going to guarantee hit. It was a small play for me, but that is what I played, and I do have money on it. So I'll give you guys, I did take the under at 212. I know this game is pretty much for the start. I got it on TNT right now. Another reason why I kind of sort of like the under, but it could definitely go over. This is in one of my stronger games of the night.
Hold on, Jake. Talk to the chat. I gotta fix my camera real quick.
Yeah, no, you cool. Yeah, I see everybody pretty much saying they like the Kings, man. It's the only thing I don't really like it, but I got it in my 5.5. But we'll talk about that one in a sec. Just know that it's kind of crazy when they shoot them lines up. You never know what happened. They might let the Pistons cover now, so just tread lightly, man. Don't go put the house on anything. That's the only thing I could say. I'm not gonna really point out the guy yesterday that kept telling me something. He kept saying I'm going all in on something. And I just kept telling him, bro, even if you do win, just don't, you know what I'm saying, go all in, because if you happen to lose, you're gonna be in a real bad spot, bro. So it's just I wouldn't go all in on any of these picks.
Yeah. No, I like the Boston spot. And I was tempted to take him first quarter too, but I didn't want to force it. I didn't want to just throw money out there. But I like him first quarter too. I just think this Boston team is going to be too much for Miami Heat. I capped it. I kept coming away with a double-digit victory for Boston. I didn't find nothing that wasn't. I probably capped it one time and got like an 8. Besides that, it just kept coming up with Boston by double digits, man. I think Boston rolled tonight. Boston is having fun playing basketball, bro. This team is having fun playing basketball. Hayward Lamar coming off the bench. He's finally picking up his team. He's getting in basketball form right now. It's basketball form, man. You got all-stars over there on that team. You got another group of guys who gained confidence from last year. So I'm loving Boston in this spot. But let's go to the chat real quick, man, and welcome in people from the chat, man. What's up, Sammy B? What's up, Eric? What's up, Sean? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Billy? What's up, Brian? Jonathan? Jose? Let me keep scrolling. Max? Billy? Ray? Everybody, man, the usuals, man. Welcome on to the chat, man. Welcome on to the show, man. Welcome in, Royal Family. Man, where you want to start, Jay? Where you want to jump on from yesterday, man, before we start capping these next few games, man? You know what? I got to touch on this shit just real fast. That Lakers game yesterday. If y'all tell me on that Lakers game yesterday with that Detroit play, I apologize. I blew y'all money yesterday. I cost y'all some money yesterday, but I hope you guys didn't take it big because it was a money line bet anyway. So with a money line bet, if you guys don't follow me, what I tell y'all, if we're taking a dog on a money line, you don't really have to bet your full unit size on it because you're going to get plus money back anyway. So bet what you feel you should be betting, especially on the Detroit team against the LA team. But anyway, Blake Griffin yesterday, bro, had 0 fucking rebounds, J Money. 0 fucking rebounds. It's like in 500 some games? First time? Brother, that's crazy shit right there if you ask me, Jake. And Kuzma go off for 41 fucking points. I didn't cap that, y'all. I didn't cap it. I didn't see it coming. The game started off the way I thought it was going to come off, where Detroit was forcing the Lakers to go inside. The Lakers were going inside and making them shots. But nobody for Detroit trying to go rebound but Drummond. I don't know what happened to Blake Griffin yesterday. Looked like the man just gave up. Like, he just gave the fuck up. And I said it after the game. And then what today? Now he ain't playing. But we'll get to that game in a little bit about that Pistons game. But what do you have to say about that game from last night, though, Jay?
Yeah, I can't say I didn't watch it. I did have the under in that game, so I woke up and see that it snuck under the total for me. I wasn't so sure in the third quarter, especially if they scored 64 points. I was up around that time, but I didn't get to see. I just woke up this morning and see that it cashed. As far as how the game went, I saw that Blake Griffin didn't have any rebounds, which that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, that should never happen. I mean, even if he had 1, 2, or 3, I would still be talking bad about him. And he had a goose egg. You get paid way too much money out there. I tell people that all the time. Not that money is that big of a deal, but people have to get reminded, especially that don't know the NBA like that. They're getting paid millions of dollars to go out here and play basketball, man. You tell them you can't get one rebound? I'm sorry. No, they were on the road. I mean, that was another thing. There's no way in hell I'm taking the Pistons on the road. I know they beat the Grizzlies not too long ago, but they're just right now they're in a funk, man. They can damn near even barely win at the house, let alone on the road. I'm fading them again tonight. That's a little hint. But we're gonna get to that game in a second. About yesterday, I mean, if y'all got me on Twitter, man, y'all saw what's up. I like Wisdom say, I'm sure a bunch of people I made a believer out of him yesterday. I'm not gonna toot my own horn too much, but a few of those calls, I was just telling a bunch of the people in the chat just to be careful with. I mean, they end up the home teams end up cashing, and so just one game that I want to talk about, the Bucks. I gave plenty of stats about it. We could have talked plenty of time. I ended up cashing both of them on that one. I don't know how the under ended up cashing, but it did. But I ended up cashing the Bucks and the under. It was an unbelievable day yesterday. And the last thing I got to say, fucking layup by Kelly Oubre. If whoever had the Mavs minus 11, oh my, I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't give it out at minus 11. I gave it out at 10. And even when I had nines and a half, and the 10s. And the 10s that did tie, that pissed me off for the simple fact that I watched it, man. Kelly Oubre at the last second, pointless layup, which the Mavs weren't playing defense anyway, so it is a little bit their fault. But Kelly Oubre could have just dribbled the ball out, man, and went up for that layup. I was stunned, man. I'm sorry. It went from a 12-point win to a 10-point. So if you had minus 11, I would have to take a week off after that one, man. That's the only thing I got to say about yesterday.
Man, you know how many times that shit happened, bro, with them last-minute shots, bro. And that shit happens a lot in college fucking basketball, too. Them last-minute threes, or last-minute fouls, that pointless-ass shit, and it just kill you, man. That shit happens all the time, bro. It's just part of the fucking game. It comes with betting, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. I had a couple bad beats. I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago or something. I forget. What team was it? I kept losing by 1 fucking point. They kept losing me by 1 fucking point every time. That shit's crazy, but that's the nature of the game. But yeah, the Bucks game yesterday, man, that's my favorite play yesterday. Hammered the fuck out that shit. That shit, same with the Boston game yesterday. That shit was perfect. Hammered that shit. Nets did what they had to do. Second half, came in, won that game. The first half, they were sloppy. Didn't play too hard the first half. Spurs, I should have took the home shit. You know how I told you, it's a rule. Take the home team, you know what I mean, on the home and home. I went against myself that time, and I grabbed the Spurs. I grabbed the better team when I should have actually, when I said I don't fuck with trends, should have went with my own trend that I set for my own self and took the home team there. But the Grizzlies had some offense yesterday. They stepped up and they scored and they won that game. So I know you had the Grizzlies too. A lot of you guys had that. Look, Nasty Nate, I'm going to tell you this one last time, bro. I've been seeing you for the past few days in here just making little comments. You got them Twitter fingers. Bro, hook up your laptop with no problem. Bring your ass on here tomorrow live and state your issue with me. You ain't got no issue, then stop talking. Or you can take your baby mama tax money when she get it, go see Dr. Miami, and buy a pair. You know what I mean? So, bruh, either turn your Twitter fingers on, turn your camera on, get on here, go live, state your issue, hop on a flight, do whatever. Stop trolling me in here, bro. I ain't the one for it. You gonna make me wreck. I'm gonna wreck on your ass. Leave me alone, bro. But back to business, though, J Money. Real shit. I'm so serious. That man told me suck his dick, bro. You know what I mean? I don't respect that shit whatsoever, bro. Ain't the one, bro. So that's it. Try that shit with everybody else. But I'm a real one. I'm really bad when I say I'm talking. I'm really about that. Run my files. Run my files. That's all I gotta tell you. Don't do that shit with me. On to it. Hey, Jay, take it over, bro. You done pissed me off. Go into a game or something.
Yeah, no, just one more other thing about yesterday. I can't believe that the Jazz came back and covered two. I wasn't watching that game neither. It seemed like in the second half, Orlando came out. I'm talking about up by 20 in the first quarter. Man, I was like, what the fuck? It was 27-8 in no time, and the fucking Jazz came back and won by 13. By 13 points, and it went under. That's some crazy shit yesterday, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, but nothing bigger than that Kelly Oubre shot. So if some people was watching the game, man, y'all saw that. It's absolutely sick, man. We're gonna go ahead and get into this next game in one of these games tonight. We know we only got 3 more, but we can still break them down real nice. This Clippers and Denver game, I don't have a whole lot on it. I wouldn't even suggest you to bet on it. It is a revenge game for the Nuggets, but some of these games tonight, especially when you have games that's on TV, man, them lines be super sharp. I just say to you guys, don't try to force bets. I know it's only 4 NBA games on tonight. I do have a few college picks for you guys. If y'all have me on Twitter, I did get a chance to tweet out Cincy way early this morning. So I know that line did end up moving, but if you got me on Twitter, you got a chance to get it at 5.5 or at least 6. It's up to 7, then drop back down to 6.5, but I'm not worried about it. I actually got Cincy on the first half and the full game. Another college basketball pick that I'm on. I am on Louisiana Tech, minus the spread, and on the money line, I'm on Nebraska. That will come on at 9 Eastern. I'm on Nebraska, first half and the full game. I'm on Oregon State tonight. I did get them at -4. It's at 4.5 versus USC. They lost against them both times last year. They're not losing this one. It's a much better Oregon State team. And New Mexico State University, I know they're playing Grand Canyon. They're a nice little team, but New Mexico State is coming off a terrible loss, man, terrible. And they're coming back at the house. They're a lot better team than how they played the last game. I think they're going to bounce back tonight. And Arkansas State, they're 5-0 at the house. They play in South Alabama. South Alabama is 0-4 on the road. It is a little bit sketchy that they're only -2 favorite at the house. But like I say, they had lost all year at the house, and the teams they're playing had won all year on the road. So, I'm going to take that every time. It may be a little trap or whatever, but, hey, I'm taking, man. If the trend happens to go the other way, I just have to lose a unit on that one, man. But those are the college plays. I'll let you get to this NBA play, real, because I don't have much on this game, but it is a revenge game for the Nuggets.
Yeah, my bad, y'all in the royal family. I had to even go and address that fool, but I done told them before. Some shit is working my nerves. You can only ignore some people and some things for so long before it just fuck with you. And me personally, I don't really ignore too much, but it's my job, so I'm on here trying to do my job. I don't go to McDonald's and spitting his fries while he at work, so I don't know why he over here fucking with me, you know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, bro, he grow up here, he want to have Twitter fingers, he can easily hook up his camera. Anybody welcome to come on live on the show with me at any time you want to come out here. You got a grievance you want to air, you want to give a play out. Hey, it's an open platform, partner. Step on up to the plate, because I get out here every day and do it. J Money get out here every day and do it. And a lot of people from SBR and a lot of people around the world get up here and put their plays up and give their plays and their opinion. And when you side busting ass motherfuckers coming here like you do, Nasty Nate, you mess it up. Because I'm a cool person. I got a big heart, but bro, don't play with me, partner. Just don't play with me, bro. I'm not the one, G. I will crash. I'm telling you. Don't do it. On to this Nuggets game. Now that we're done with the square shit, on to the Nuggets game. Nuggets is 10-0 straight up in their last 10 games at home, and 8-2 ATS last 10 games at home. Clippers won by 20 the last time this team played. Clippers is 3-7 ATS last 10 games in Denver. Clippers shoot great from the field, bro. On the road, they put up points as well, but this team give up points as well, man. They like 28th in points and giving up points. Denver is 16-3 at home. That's a top defensive team at home. I have to lean Clippers in this spot, but I'm jumping on the over, man, because both of these teams are oversetters, Jay. I don't know if you looked at the totals when these two teams, when they play, and just what they do, period, when they put up points. Denver score points at home. Clippers just can't stop scoring points, and they give up so many points. So the over was a clear sign for me in this game.
Yeah, I could definitely not talk you off. I couldn't talk you off of an over in the Clippers. There's just no way in hell. They are a little bit different on the road. If I would had to lean in this game, I would maybe say the Nuggets, but it's a nice little spread, too. Then they would have to win by 6. I could definitely see the Clippers hanging in here. They have the players. It's just that the Clippers are not totally different, but they are a different team on the road. They really feed off their home energy, their home crowd energy. And I've seen the Clippers get locked up. So I guess I could lean to Denver in this one. They are a deep team, and I've seen the Clippers where they've damn near relied on Harrell to score. Like, when Harrell would start having a bad game, and they let a team start coming back, they end up winning that game. But I see them that they had that they could break. I saw it even at the house. So that scared me with the Clippers. But I like them against certain teams, but I feel like they're a little bit outmatched versus the Nuggets, especially since it's a revenge game and the Nuggets are at the house this time. I would have to lean on the Nuggets here. I didn't bet it. I could definitely see what you're saying on that over, real.
Yeah, the over. And then what scares me though is no Harris though too. And he was game time. Matter of fact, let me double check real quick, Jay, to make sure he's out. Cause you know that should be late with the reports, man. That's what I hate with the NBA too, man. We could take something. Man, I was watching. What game was it, man? I was watching a Rockets game, Jay. It said Enos was out the game, right? Even on everything else, it said he wasn't playing. The announcer had just said it too, like, yeah. And with the Rockets not having Enos in, bro, right when he said it, a couple seconds later, Enos subbed into the game. The announcer was even looking like, oh, well, I guess he is playing. You know what I mean? NBA be crazy with those with that stuff. Because the announcer was just talking about how he wasn't playing and he came into the game. So it is what it is. He still has a game time decision. So I don't know, man. But if Harris play, I really like the over even more. If he still doesn't play, I still like the over anyway. The Clippers aren't afraid to score points. They now score points inside and outside, and they shoot the three well too, on the road and at home. So this team is a team that I trust to put up points for us. They've been doing it. They're the highest scoring team in the last 15 games. So last 15 games they're the highest scoring team and fourth in giving up the most points. So it's the over for me in that spot. I lean Nuggets in that spot, but there's no play, probably an in play for me. You want to go into this next game, Jay? Because I can't really say anything positive about OKC, bro. This team right there, bro, they don't let me down too many times, man. What you got on OKC in San Antonio?
Yeah, boy, this is a tough ass game, man. That's why I say it. I don't know. I couldn't force a bet on this one either. I like the under on the last three from them. Went under. I still got time to get on it. That's the only thing that I could play in this game. The side is real crazy, man. Real quick. I mean, because then you even see OKC favored in this spot. That tells you a lot. It's almost like the Bucks being favored. You had a team that was hot. They playing at the house in the Rockets, and then you see that the road team is favored by 1.5. It's like, damn, man. It's some motion. I don't know, because I would lean towards the Spurs. The Spurs are coming off 2 losses and they have been balling. But this is a little back-to-back spot for them, and we know that the Spurs aren't just a necessarily young team. Well, they're not super old, but I mean they're not just a young team either. Third game in 4 nights coming back to the house. They did have a bad game versus Grizzlies, so they should be motivated. But like I say, the fact that they're on the back-to-back, man, I know it come back to the house, but you traveling from off the road. OKC, they didn't play a back-to-back. They're coming off of 2 terrible losses. The one versus the Wizards, not so bad. It's still bad because they were favored by 10 and end up losing by 18 points. That's pretty much losing by 28 points. Man, they pretty much blew out to me. And then you end up losing the Timberwolves game at that in terrible fashion. Russ at the last minute taking 3-point shots. Come on, bro. Didn't know damn well Paul George or somebody else should be taking this shot. Like I say, Russell Westbrook, he can't even been able to hit this mid-range shots, man. So this is a tough one. I could definitely see the Spurs trying to bounce back at the house. This is the first of a home and home. You guys have to take that note. So it's almost as I want the Spurs to win so I can hammer OKC the next game. But I wouldn't be surprised if OKC took this game, to be honest with you.
Bro, that's the way I was capping it. I was capping it. I forget the gentleman's name where I read the thing from. But, the Spurs, home and home off a back-to-back like this, where they go home and play a team, they're 6-1, bro, straight up when they have to do that. So that's an interesting stat right there. Plus the fact that OKC only shooting 70% from field goal. They're shooting 32% from 3. Westbrook is fucking trash right now, bro. Westbrook is trash. What's Westbrook's number? I know I got his numbers written down somewhere where I think he's shooting under 30% from 3. This team just can't make points. And you know what who I feel bad for? I feel really bad for Paul George because he didn't want to be at OKC. The league made him go play in OKC because they were going to mess around and take a draft pick from the Magic, from LA, from Magic Johnson for tampering because he was talking to him. That's what the tampering shit was coming up. So they kind of had a closed door meeting. This is what I heard. And they was like, hey, either you go back to OKC or we could take a draft pick away from LA. And he just ended up going back. You know what I mean? You can tell he ain't happy there, bro. He's not happy there. At Westbrook, I like the guy. He's a cool player, but it's hard to play with Westbrook. He takes the craziest fucking shots, bro, unnecessary ass shots all the time. And when he's the opposite of Harden. When Harden is on, the whole team is on. But Westbrook, when he's on, it seems like the rest of the team doesn't get on the same page. And when Westbrook is off, the rest of the team is off too. Or if they're hot, he start doing his shit, trying to get himself involved, and then just cools everybody else off. Their shooting and scoring is not what it is. I hopped on the under, Jay. I think it's too many points in this game between these teams. The under has been – look, where my shit at, bro? Let me pull this up. I didn't write this down. Like I told you, Jay, I just walked in the house 10 minutes before an hour before we did the show. and I was taking all my notes and doing all my shit in the car. So it's kind of hard when you're driving around and doing your bumpy shit. But yeah, 15 of OKC, 15 out the 21 OKC games OKC's played on the road have gone under. 22 of OKC games this year, up to 40 games have been played, have gone under. This is an under game all day long. San Antonio, what do they do at home? They want to slow the tempo down. OKC have a problem shooting right now. Under. So this is a play I locked in. I'm on the under San Antonio OKC, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That's the only play that I would make on this game. I would stay away from the side. Anyone could win. I could see the Spurs winning for the simple fact they play a lot better at home. They're coming off a tough game last night in which they obviously score more points. The home team is 4-0 ATS and obviously straight up in the last four. So usually the home team wins. I mean they're 8-2 ATS 8-2 straight up. The home team the last 10 in this series. So I would have to. I don't want to lean towards the side because I could definitely see OKC coming out here winning this one because they know damn well they shouldn't have lost their game versus the Timberwolves. If Russell Westbrook's shot does get going, we know they can win. So you never know. I mean, then no Rudy Gay tonight. Spurs are at home, but they're not necessarily rested. It's a tough one to call. That makes me like the under even more, especially that the Spurs coming off the back-to-back. I don't think they'll be wanting to push the pace like that. Should want to slow it down. We know the Thunder can play good defense. We hope that they don't really push the pace. Sometimes they can push it as well. That's why you see the total so high, especially the way the Spurs been playing at home as well too. But I would have to take the under in this one. I hadn't bet it yet, but I'm pretty sure that I will before the game has started. But this isn't a game that I had bet yet, but I would have to lean towards the under or nothing in it.
Yeah, and Thunder, 2-7 straight up in their last 9 games in San Antonio, bro. So it all points over here to San Antonio, and that's the scary thing. You know, San Antonio is a great team at home, and I know OKC is desperate for a win too. But what's OKC's their recipe to win right now, their success was when they were playing solid defense. So we expect if OKC does come out and win this game tonight, it'll be them playing solid defense against San Antonio. You know, San Antonio wants to slow the pace down, especially at home and especially off a back-to-back. This team ain't really a young team either. I mean, we see San Antonio turn up when they played against Toronto, but you pointed out too, that was an emotional game when they played against that team. They balled out at home. We saw them drop points and score at something we never seen before from the Spurs. I don't expect that against a team they already have owned at home already against OKC. OKC is just struggling just to get a win right now. So they got to play smart ball. They got to have control the turnovers. They got to slow it down and get open shots. So that's an awful recipe for the under. So I've been watching the score go up a little bit too. I'm not understanding why it's going up. But hey, I love to be on the right side of this if it happens. So give me the under. And Jay, I like the fact that you support it as well.
Yep. I'm definitely on the under in this game. Most definitely, man. I know we can't stretch it out too much. I don't have too much to say about it, man. I'm sorry. This is just a tough game. Like I say, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even bet the side. You could potentially fish yourself off. But I can see you taking the Spurs at the house. But if you want to just tell me and my guy Real, I like the under. Yeah, it was moving up. It had moved up to 225.5. And then it went back down to 224.5. On this one, I wasn't really scared of the line movement. I like the under pretty much all the way in this one. It's definitely going to be a play for me. I'm actually going to put it in right now. And I see that Cincinnati pick doing good, too, if you hopped on that NCAA play with me.
Yeah, the last 4 out of 5 games played in between these two teams in San Antonio has gone over, man. So I'm liking it right there, man. It's early on in this Boston game right now, but they heated up by 3. So we'll see how it plays. I know Boston did start out pretty strong. I'm still liking what I'm seeing from Boston over here. Been watching at the corner of my eye, the game over there in the corner. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, man. I might end up hopping on Boston if they are down a little bit at the end of this first quarter, at all down a little bit. But I don't know if you guys have that where you could jump on them now. Since they're down 3, you could take them right now, second half plus first half plus 3. So if they get down a little bit more than 3, I might even jump on them right now plus 3. I already got the -1. I'm going to see if they go up. I'll see what the end of the first quarter score is, and I'll put it out of play on the first half in play. On to this next game, Jake. We probably will be getting out of here early, man. We only got a couple of games. This is a light card today. I'm fucking exhausted too, bro. Long day. Can't really stretch these plays out too much. But this Pistons-Kings game, I'll let you break it down. We already talked about how bad the fucking Pistons are. I know you jumped on the line earlier at 5.5. I saw it earlier too. And when I saw it earlier too, I was going to lean Pistons still. I'm like, man, I got to hop on Pistons, man. All this bullshit about Blake, and it seemed like he gave up yesterday. And the cool part about that game yesterday, if you said you didn't watch it, but I watched it. The Pistons were getting open shots, bro. They just weren't fucking falling. Lakers weren't really guarding them well at all. They were getting open shots and just weren't falling. And respect to you, Laker fans, and everybody who watched the game. You guys got to call it how you call it, man. Fucking Kuzma was dropping that shoulder and throwing that shoulder all night, and they weren't calling that whatsoever. Eventually, the Detroit just stopped complaining about it because they realized refs wasn't going to call Kuzma dropping that shoulder. And then eventually, he went to the three-point line, and it was done from there. He was nailing threes on him. He was just unstoppable last night. The man felt it in him last night. And I felt like today, Blake may come out and play a little bit better. I don't know what's up with Drummond, man. Drummond left his offense in the offseason or something because he doesn't score points anymore. This is tough, though, Jay. Now the line's up to 8. I know you got the 5.5. What's your thoughts on this game? I love the Kings now, but at 8, it still kind of made me think, like, man, maybe I should jump on Detroit. But Detroit hasn't given me any reason to want to back this team whatsoever. No guard play. They seem like they just gave up last night. At least Blake Griffin gave up last night, man. What's your thoughts since you took the 5.5 early?
Yeah, like I say, I liked the Kings already, especially seeing how they lost that Suns game. Being up by 20 points and then end up losing the game. They had an absolute horrible third quarter. I would actually even take the Kings tonight on the third quarter as well. After you have a terrible third quarter like that, then the next game you're like, okay, remember last game we came out at halftime and played absolutely terrible. This time we can't do that. I mean, whether they're up or down, obviously if they're down, it's going to help. But even if they're up, you're going to say, all right, look, we can't give up this lead in the third quarter like we did last game. So I already took the Kings minus the 5.5. If you want to be sharp, if you can take the Kings on the third quarter, I don't have the line in front of me right now. I hadn't took it yet, but I'm pretty sure that I will be on that as well. I just talked myself into it. That's a real sharp play. I like the Kings on the third quarter. I got them full game at minus 5.5. I have to say, I'm hoping there's no fishy shit going on in this one. But if I like them at 5.5, that was with Blake Griffin in. I can't say that I don't like him at -8. Because then you taking Griffin out of the equation. Sometimes you can take a player off of their team, and they, for some strange reason, they play even better. So I'm hoping they won't happen tonight, and that's why I didn't say, hey, on my Twitter, that's why I didn't say take the -8 because they may even play a little bit better. But that means that I would probably lose my 5.5 ticket too. So I need them to win by 6. That's just pretty much 2 more points. It would have to be a lot to go down for them to end up just winning by 7 or 8. So that's how I think it can happen. But it would, like I said, it would have to be a lot to go down, or either some fishy shit going on. I'm hoping I see it that either everybody's gonna cash with the Kings or nobody's gonna cash. So it's either gonna be 5 and below, or they're gonna cover the 5.5 and 8. That's the way I see it. In theory, this game shouldn't be close. I see a bunch of people in the chat saying the Pistons gave up. That's what it looks like, man. I mean, they won 2 out of their last 10 games, man. I'm sorry, it's just absolutely terrible. They on a back-to-back. I know it's still California, but they could be getting ready for this Clippers game. It looks like it. I mean, Blake sitting tonight, he's not hurt enough, man. They just getting ready for their Clippers game. I'm hoping that they don't really come to play tonight. It should be a blowout in theory.
Man, you know the way Blake played last night, bro? He played as if they had an argument before the game started or something. Like, he's like, all right, y'all think y'all can win without me or something? That's what he seemed like. It just seemed like it was an argument or something probably happened. We won't know about it, you know what I mean? But it seemed like something probably happened because he didn't, like I said, he didn't even attempt to rebound the ball at all last night. If you just watch how he played, he didn't even attempt. Every time he shot, he just stayed out the paint. He just backed off. It was something yesterday. Something was weird with Blake yesterday. Something happened between the team that we just don't know about, man. I wish they trade Blake. I wish the Pistons just trade Drummond or do one of the two, man. I like Blake Griffin, bro. I really like the guy. I think Blake is a cool player. I think he's a cool dude. I like to see him succeed in the league. But what I saw last night from that team, man, was just pathetic, Jay. No other way to put it. It was just pathetic. And the Lakers played Laker ball. Had been playing the whole time without LeBron and Rondo. They just had this one person went off. One person killed that team. And it was just like, God damn, like, Casey, bro, you were supposed to be a defensive guy. You couldn't stop the one man. I know they were double teaming Blake and all that other shit. But man, you NBA, bro. You guys ever played basketball before? It's ways to beat the double team. I mean, that's not just all that old shit they're double teaming me now. Game's over. That's not how the fucking game go, y'all. It's not how it go. But yeah, Jay. So your thoughts is what? Stay off. Anything on the total? Anything on the side? I'm watching my man in here telling me that NBA scripted and he grew up with Tyreek Evans. That's probably one of the most dumbest things I ever heard in my life, bro. NBA scripted because you grew up with Tyreek Evans. Got you. Jay, what you got to say about this game on a total wise? You there, Jay? You gone? I guess we lost Jay. But hey, that's it. I don't have nothing on this game for you guys. Jay took the 5.5. I didn't take nothing on this game. I'm off of this game. I will play this game. That's about it. My plays for the day. I'm on Pistons first half. Pistons full game. Not Pistons full game. It'd be Celtics first half. Celtics full game. The over in that game. I'm on under in the Spurs. And where my other plays at? Today was just a bad show, y'all. Energy off, the vibe off, everything off in the show. Let me pull my shit up real quick. I apologize. And we lost Jay. I'm pulling up my William Hill, get my bets out, give you guys the plays. Celtics first half, Celtics full game, over 211.5. Under 225 in the Spurs Thunder game. Nothing on the Kings Pistons game for me whatsoever. That's my plays. When it comes to the Nuggets Clippers, I'm on the over in that game, 226. Lean Nuggets in that spot at -5.5. That's the plays. I'm your man, King Rail. Come join us tomorrow for a bigger card, better day. Today, the vibe was off. The energy was off. I got to remove these trolls from the chat. They messing up. They messing up my vibe. Not feeling it. Not digging it. Got to talk to SBR. Got to do something about it, man, because it's not having it, man. We are cool people around here. We got a cool vibe around here. I want to keep it cool and keep it vibe. Matter of fact, send me some videos tomorrow. At least send me 1 or 2 videos in from the chat. Send it in. Let's get y'all out here for some plays. You got an NFL play for the weekend. You got a college basketball play for the weekend. I just need 2 videos. So if you guys send multiple videos like I got the other day, all I want is 2. I just need 2 videos. I'll take the best 2 I find or best 2 I see or the first 2 I get, and I put them on the show tomorrow. Good luck, everybody. I'll have my wife tweet my plays out right now. I'm King Rail. That was my man, Jay Money. We see y'all tomorrow, man. Deuces and love.